Well, here's the Mud Stud, driven by Norm Dorn.
A little lightweight body with the tractor design tires on it. He's very possibly light enough that he can get up on top of the mud and run all the way through with the Mud Stud.
78 and 8 inches, the mark to beat.
Watch the Mud Stud. This could change within a matter of seconds with this young man. Taking his time, waiting for everything to be right, building a little bit of heat in the engine, wanting the maximum horsepower, drops it into gear right there, and it should be a matter of moments before the Mud Stud launches through the pit.
He goes the distance.
First man to go to the distance in the tractor class. He's lightweight. He's got the horsepower with the big Ford motor and a beautiful job of driving all the way through the big heavy pit.
That's the Mud Stud, Norm Dorn, the driver.
Mud Stud launches hard out of the hole, and he's right down into the middle of it, just keeps the hammer down and goes for the gold. There's the 80-foot mark. He's beginning to come out of the pit. Right there, he knows he's taking the lead as he goes to a time situation.
It took Mud Stud 5.49 seconds to go the full 90 feet. You're looking at Bob Swanson, who is from Stillwater, Minnesota, just north of where the Metrodome located here in Minneapolis, and he is driving the Caveman.
CJ7 fiberglass-bodied Caveman truck. Here's another man that's lightweight and very possible of going through the whole pit, as we've started out with a tough class in this tractor class. Now, he's got some tall, thin tires on him. They've got a tractor lug, and he's going to have to churn them all the way through the pit. He'll have a hard time getting up on top with a tall, thin tire the way he's running right now. But watch him. He can do it. He's underway, and it looks good.
Not for long. Little fire.
A little bit of fire as it popped back and ignited something under the hood, and we'll see some guys go in and raise the hood and make sure the fire is out. Okay, the guy on the right has the hot dogs, and the guy on the left has the... There he goes. He's into the pit, onto the nitrous, and making some horsepower. Trying on the left-hand side of the pit, gets in a little bit of trouble, backs out as he's close to the line, and when he backed out, the pit just sank him to the bottom, and too much, too late.
Here's the master mudder, Rich Young, out of Prior Lake, Minnesota.
This is a Chevrolet Blazer that's made for one thing and one thing only, and that's go quick through the mud. Watch out.
He did it. Now the question is, did he do it in less than 5.49 seconds?
You've been the authority. What do you think?
I think he did.
I believe so. He was one quick pass through the mud with the master mudder.
That, in all probability, is our new leader, the master mudder, Rich Young, out of Prior Lake.
Look at this. Rich, as we talked about, is on the throttle right at the starting line. Got his hands full of driving chores. It's tall. It sets up off the ground. He's got plenty of ground clearance. He's got the power to go all the way through the pit. The mud flies, and one thing about it, Rick is looking for that finish line, and as he starts out of the pit, he knows he's home free. Right there, he lets out of it, eases it out of the pit, just waiting on a time to see if he's captured the #1 spot.
There's your time, 4.32 seconds. So the winner is the master mudder, ridden by Rich Young out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. Here are the results tonight in the mud bog competition. First of all, in the cut tire category, Quagmire the winner in 2.67 seconds. Then Kodiak, Blue Mule going in 3.04. Then two tractors went the full distance. Master winner in 4.32 seconds. Mud Stud 5.49. By Gallaway under the big top. That HHH stands for Hubert Humphrey Metrodome here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And that roof you're looking at is sort of a Teflon-coated material. It is held up by air. A lot of air pressure here, so if you open the door on the way out, you can just about get blown right through the front door. It's one of, well, actually, there are a few of these around the country. The one probably best known is the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, which has just a single roof. They have two layers here in Minnesota to help melt the snow a little bit better. It is the home of the Minnesota Vikings, of course, of the National Football League. Minnesota Twins, which play in the American League and Major League Baseball. They have pro basketball coming here, and of course tonight we have our Motorsports Extravaganza. Well, if this was halftime of a Minnesota Vikings football game, we'd be getting ready for the band. Halftime of mud bog racing in tractor pulls. What are they doing?
Putting beach balls in the mud. Each beach ball is numbered, and the number corresponds to a prize. And there'll be a number of people line up and race into the mud for the beach ball.
I know how sloppy that track is.
It'd have to be some mighty nice prizes for me to go in. That's the deep end of the pit. The pit is probably 4.5 or 5 foot, well, let's call it 4.5 foot deep right there.
Any chance we can lose anybody?
I think they need little flags tied on the top of them so we can find them when they get in the pit. All right, they're ready to go.
Oh, we had a false start.
I forgot one little minor detail. Just one little detail. Could we please have the blindfold
them
for our contestants?
You know, Bob, it was a good idea, not blindfolded, but blindfolded. This could get very nasty.
On your marks.
Here we go.
Set, go!
Come on, Blondie.
Oops. Ushy, gushy, squishy, gushy, dirty, rotten mud. There's a cap. There's one winner.
That was the guy that could see.
Well, now, hopefully he wasn't that way. The lady has a problem. Now, there's number 2. We've got 2 winners. And the one man just raced past all the beach balls.
Great way to spend a Saturday night, huh?
It's enjoyable. A lot of fun, a lot of relaxation in the mud racing. Young lady's taking her time. She knows that. Whoops.
Lon's going to win yet.
She's got one. I believe she's got one. If she'd just lunge forward.
She's got it.
She didn't want that one, though. She wants another one.
And so it goes here at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We'll be back for more action, so stay with us.